So I've matched up the bottom points here for the blanket to sew it together. You can do either from the top down or the bottom up. It doesn't really matter. But what you're going to do, and it's a little unusual, is you're going to hold the right sides together. And you can see I've marked my right side so I know which one is which. It's a little hard to see visually. And then I join the bottom knots together, right, like this. And that bottom one's going to be a little tight to get into. Use a blunt tapestry point needle rather than a sharp one in case you need to back up. But if you look carefully at an edge, you'll see that there's a long loop and a bump. Go up to the first long loop, go to the long loop over on the other side, pull through. My yarn is about 3 times the length of the seam. That should be enough to go the complete seam. So I've gone over, I go up to the next big loop. If you can see, back over to the one I came out of, right here. I leave my finger in between so that I can really tell where the yarn is coming in and out of. Go up to the next big loop, back over, up to the next big loop, back over. So you're using every other row, essentially. I'll go up a few more. You can see how quickly it goes once you get up to speed on it. And you're using the very outside of the last stockinette stitch. One more and I'll turn it over and show you what it looks like. You're pulling firmly but not overly tightly. And then when you turn it over, essentially what you've got, it should look almost as if there's a stitch in between and stockinette stitch. You have a ridge from this side and a ridge from that side. And the two will line up row for row because of the way you've done the increases. And then you just keep on doing that all the way up. Very simple, a little different than most seams, but it's very similar to the mattress stitch. It's basically the same. The only difference is you're using the very outside of the stitch instead of going through between the first and last stitch. And I use the shortcut of holding the right sides together, which makes it easier for me to see where I'm going in and out of. And that's it. That's the seam that you do for the blanket. Now you can use any other seam, it doesn't really matter. It's garter stitch, but this one gives you that nice kind of ridge that delineates the two colors. And that's it.